Ed, who is my imaginary person that's gone on vacation, he has finally negotiated with his boss, for that week vacation he's supposed to get every year. Yes, he has negotiated and actually got it pulled off because he bought an airline ticket to someplace unknown because he won't tell anybody because he does not want to get called. And in fact, what he did, that last thing he did before he walked out of the office, he took that little cell phone, opened the desk drawer, turned it off and put it in there gently, closed the desk drawer and left. So Ed is on vacation, but with all vacations, he had to work night and day, per se, to get enough time because he had to work next week's work and get it done last week so he could go on vacation. So Ed stayed up a little bit late, getting everything packed into the wee hours before he hit the sack. The only thing that he all of a sudden started thinking about is, oh, okay, what have I all done? I got the 4 outlet strips out there on my 4 suitcases for myself and my wife, along with the 2 carry-on bags, along with an airbag, and all the electronics plugged in by the door. He says, oh, I need to do something. He says, I need to get to the flight on time. It's a 7 a.m. flight. So he starts going backwards. He has to be there 2 hours prior to get through TSA and the waiting, a half hour from the parking area to the terminal, an hour for the drive to the airport, and a half hour to get up and out the door. So he said, I'll set the alarm for 3. And he's going to check that set. He set the alarm and made sure the little red light is on. Because that's important. 3 a.m. at 1 a.m. is only a couple hours away. He went back to sleep. But he noticed a little bit later that light's coming in from the blinds. A little problem has occurred. He realized that the red light on PM is showing. He set that alarm clock for 3, 22 hours later after he went to sleep. So he had a problem. Fortunately for Ed, he had an accommodating airline. He did make it to the vacation points unknown, so he could enjoy taking all that luggage, which I don't travel that heavy anymore. So the solution, so Ed does not have this problem again, is a 24-hour time clock. Morning is the same. 8 a.m. is 0800. But after lunch, it starts to change. At 1 is known as 1300. At 5, 1700. And at 10, 2200. So if he would have had a 24-hour clock, he wouldn't have set and end up going at the wrong time. So that's what the idea in a nutshell, what to do. But now there's challenges. How do you convert from those timetables that might be in AM and PM to 24-hour time? Before noon, it's the same. Nothing changes. Afternoon, take the time, add 12 hours, such as 2 p.m. becomes 1400. And to go back from 24-hour time to 12 hours, before noon's the same. Afternoon, take 12 hours. Take the time, subtract 12 hours. So 1400 becomes 2 p.m. This is a little bit difficult sometimes, especially if you're not as awake as our friend Ed was. So a quicker way to do it, before noon it's the same, but afternoon you take the time, subtract 2, and you drop the 1 or the 2 from the first position. So such as take 1400, subtract 2, now you get 12. Minus the 10, now you get 2 p.m. So little mental tricks so you can get through it a little bit faster. Another example is you take 2200 minus 2 yields 20, minus 10 yields 10. And to go from 12 to 24, same thing. Before lunch, no problem. And then afternoon, you take the time and you add 2 and add 10 or 20. So if we have 2 p.m. plus 2 yields 4, and if it's before 8 p.m., you add 10 and it yields 1400. But then what happens if you have 10 p.m.? You add 2, you get to 12, and then you add 20 to get to 2200. And for Epson, back there in the corner doing his calculations, I'm working, he can calculate the time easier, because if you start at 8 in the morning and then work until 1700 or 5 p.m., you just take 1700 minus 8 and you get 9 hours worked. Versus having to be complicated mathematics of 8 to 12, which is 4 hours, plus, yes, he's having problems. We are in trouble this morning. I hope you're not doing anything complex today. And you come up with 9 hours worked. And some of the benefits of 24-hour time. You don't set the alarm clock to the wrong 300. So you don't miss your airplane to your vacation you've been waiting for. There is no question if you're meeting at 06:44, it's in the morning. It's not 6:44 p.m. in the evening. Believe it or not, we've had problems with that with some visitors occasionally to this club. And for calculating the time, it's easier, with less complications, less steps, so maybe the accountants can't charge so much. They probably do anyway. So 24-hour time, not a problem, but a solution, especially for our friend Ed. So with that, are there any questions?
What if there is daylight savings time? What do we do then?
We're worried about that 1 hour. Well, if you're a normal person, you probably don't start until 7 or so. Or maybe 10, maybe accountants. And I'm sure you don't work all night.
You add or subtract 15 hours to calculate the time in Seoul, Korea.
I'm not worried about Seoul, Korea. No, Ed went someplace where the time clock doesn't exist. The only time that he worried about was when the alarm went off on his cell phone that had a 24-hour clock to remind him to go to the airport.
Oh, God.
Bruce, being retired military, we used a 24-hour clock.
Yes.
In your research, did you find anything historically why we still stick to this 12 and 12-hour deal?
We're unique.
Oh, my goodness.
I got a question. You can eliminate all this because you mentioned that Ed was going on a trip with his wife and his children. Wife would have been up.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have messed up her
I'm not sure. They're retired.
What if you live in a place that's off by, in a time zone that's off by half an hour?
Wow.
Then you go by the Zulu clock.
The zoo clock or the Zulu clock?
Zulu.
You guys are in and their time zone, obviously. Right.
Well, it's not a question of comment, but like Charlotte said, in the military, we use the 24-hour clock, which I love. However, if you do that clock or time on a sheet with someone who doesn't know, they'll get confused.
Yeah.
Yes. So you have to almost kind of educate them. You know.
Oh, yes. Well, I
It's
thought,
a great way to keep the schedule.
yes, it's a wonderful way. I thought about bringing my wife's schedule for the airline and putting it up on the board on the display, and everybody would become like, oh, what's happening?
Why haven't we converted time to metrics so that we have 10 hours in a day and 100 minutes in an hour?
Yeah.
We're not going to mention.
Wow.
Metric time.
What's the typical politician?
We're Americans, though. That's where the 30 minutes came from. We're never gonna change.
I believe my time is up.